So, at the start of the film, we see a man named Jeff on his boat. He and his crew used to catch and sell snakes. This time, they were heading to a dangerous, supposedly cursed place to hunt snakes. Legend said the world's largest and most dangerous crimson anaconda lived there, a creature so powerful it could prey on anything, even other anacondas. The group reaches their destination, and Jeff's captain demands more money due to the extreme danger, stating that he and his boat were at risk. Jeff agrees and takes out the money, but accidentally drops it. As the captain bends down to pick it up, Jeff suddenly stabs him in the neck, killing him. Jeff then slits the captain's throat and throws the body into the river, as if feeding it to something. His other companions witness this. Jeff tells them he hates traitors. The group moves forward and finds an idol in the jungle, covered in snakes. Seeing this, Jeff declares that the stories about the crimson anaconda are true. Meanwhile, Jeff's companions find many snakes and happily begin collecting them. Jeff, however, takes out his gun to search for the giant crimson anaconda. When one of the companions returns to the boat to store the bags of snakes, he sees the headless corpse of the captain standing in the water. Before he can process this, the corpse sinks, and something large begins swimming towards him. Terrified, the man runs into the jungle, but a massive anaconda catches him, coiling around him and beginning to crush his bones. The scene cuts to another companion in the jungle, who gets scared and throws something. He sees the massive anaconda resting, its stomach visibly distended from swallowing a human. Before he can flee, the corpse of his first companion is thrown in front of him, covered in a strange liquid. The snake then grabs him, crushes him against a tree, and begins to eat him. From a distance, Jeff calmly watches the entire scene, pleased. Instead of helping his crew, he stands by, as if everything is going according to his plan. His real goal is to capture the anaconda. He plans to stun it with his shotgun. However, the jungle animals start making noise, alerting the anaconda, which escapes. The scene shifts to a man named Bailing, who works in a circus. After the circus closes down, he buys all the performers from the owner, intending to take them to Thailand and start a new circus. The group plans to travel to Thailand via river. During their journey, they encounter a blockage of wooden containers. The captain suggests taking a different route, but Bailing insists they must reach Thailand on time for their show, for which he has already taken an advance payment. He threatens the captain, who then proposes using dynamite to clear the containers. Unaware of the consequences, they blow up the containers, clearing the path. However, it starts to rain, and numerous snakes fall onto their ship from the destroyed containers. People panic and try to hide, many are bitten. Using a pressure pipe, they manage to clear most of the snakes from the ship, but the bathroom ceiling collapses, dumping snakes on Bailing, who was hiding there. To escape, he jumps into the river and swims to shore. Unfortunately, a king cobra is there, ready to strike. Before it can bite him, a man crushes it with his arm. This man is Jeff, who saves Bailing's life. Grateful, Bailing brings Jeff aboard the ship. Jeff introduces himself as a wilderness explorer who got stranded in the jungle after an accident. Suddenly, one of Bailing's companions holds his ear and screams. Jeff examines the ear, makes a cut on his own finger, and holds it to the boy's ear. A baby snake emerges and bites Jeff's hand, but he is unaffected. He casually picks up the snake and throws it into the water. Land, a snake expert who is also on board, observes this. She knows that immunity to snake venom requires building up a tolerance through repeated exposure. She shares her suspicions with Bailing, noting that Jeff showed no reaction to the bite, suggesting he is not who he claims to be. Meanwhile, Jeff approaches the ship's captain, asking him to navigate to a location on his map. Upon hearing the destination, the captain pulls a gun on Jeff, warning him that the place is cursed and forbidding him from mentioning it again. Jeff backs off for the moment. Later, as the captain is fishing, his fishing rod is yanked hard, pulling him into the water. This was a trap set by Jeff, intended for the anaconda, but it ensnared the captain instead. The captain disappears, raising Land's suspicions. She confronts Jeff, who dismisses it, saying disappearances are common in the jungle. Suddenly, they hear a rustling in the water. Jeff warns that something very large is approaching. Deep in the river, a gigantic anaconda moves towards Jeff's trap. His fishing rod is pulled violently, and the anaconda surfaces briefly, terrifying everyone. The anaconda pulls Jeff into the water, thrashing him around. Jeff manages to reach a small boat, ties the fishing rod to it, and stabs the anaconda with a pointed rod. This doesn't kill the creature but enrages it. The anaconda carries the small boat to the riverbank and, with immense force, smashes it, seemingly trapping Jeff inside. The circus members watch from a distance, assuming Jeff is dead. But Jeff soon emerges, floating on his boat, searching for the anaconda. Unbeknownst to him, the Anaconda is now on the roof of his ship behind him. It suddenly spits out the captain's corpse. The people witnessing this flee and hide in a bathroom. The Anaconda pursues them, but they barricade the door. Jeff attacks the Anaconda again from outside, provoking it to escape. Jeff hides, and the Anaconda enters the ship, slithering past Bailing and his hidden companions without noticing them. Land, hiding in the control room for a gun, sees the massive Anaconda pass her window. The Anaconda attacks 2 other companions through a bathroom window. A child runs to Land for help, with the Anaconda in pursuit. Land flees with the child, and in the chaos, kerosene spills. As Jeff attempts another attack from outside a window, one of his companions gets stuck in the Anaconda's mouth. The Anaconda thrashes on the ship's roof to free itself, finally breaking through. Jeff enters from behind, trying to rope its mouth, but the control room catches fire, and the dynamite on board explodes. A huge explosion rocks the ship. Everyone jumps into the water to save themselves, and the Anaconda is presumed killed in the blast. Seeing the ship on fire, Bailing cries in despair, worried about missing the Thailand show. His younger companion angrily tells him they are lucky to be alive after surviving the Anaconda. Land realizes Jeff used their ship as bait. She confronts him, blaming him for the danger. Jeff retorts that the Anaconda was extremely valuable, and had they helped him catch it, they'd all be rich. Hearing this, the greedy Bailing immediately sides with Jeff, forgetting about Thailand. He asks Jeff how they can catch the Anaconda and get the money. Jeff produces a map, promising to get them to Thailand in 2 days if they help him. Bailing agrees, but his other companions distrust Jeff. One of them falls ill from a dangerous insect bite and could die. Jeff says he has medicine on his boat that can cure her, forcing the group to help him reach his ship. They trek through the jungle, with Jeff warning them not to drink the water, as it contains parasitic insects that drive victims to drown themselves. They stop for the night in a cave, building a fire. Jeff studies his Anaconda map. A flashback reveals Jeff's first encounter with the Crimson Anaconda. It nearly killed him, but he locked himself in a wooden container to escape. The circus group's dynamite blast later freed him, leading to their meeting. Back in the present, Bailing approaches Jeff, who explains the Anaconda is a mutated king of its kind, capable of hunting massive prey, including other anacondas. He claims capturing it would make them rich for generations. Driven by greed, Bailing agrees to help. That night, Bailing has a nightmare of being surrounded by giant anacondas. He wakes up to find his brother missing. He discovers his brother drowning himself in the river, with the poisonous insects Jeff described emerging from his nose. His brother dies. The next morning, the group continues their journey. They reach a point where they must cross the river, though they are terrified of the dangers within. As they wade through, a boy points frantically at the water. A large anaconda is playing with him. The boy, already traumatized by his brother's death, starts chanting in fear. The anaconda grabs him from behind, drags him underwater, and kills him by crushing and suffocating him. The others can only watch helplessly. The anaconda disappears with the body, and the survivors regroup, eventually reaching Jeff's boat. Jeff gives them the promised medicine for the sick girl. The group, now in Thailand, wants to leave immediately, but Jeff reminds them of their deal to help him. A young boy refuses, stating they won't help with the anaconda. In response, Jeff pulls a gun, and Bailing, now his accomplice, brandishes a knife, forcing compliance. Land calls them crazy for thinking they can catch such a large anaconda. Jeff explains it can only be caught while it's eating. Jeff and Bailing then tie 2 of their companions to a net as bait. One of the captives, a girl, pleads with Bailing, asking who will perform in his circus if they die. Bailing laughs maniacally, revealing his true plan. He never intended to run a circus. He was going to sell their organs for money. But now, he believes the anaconda is a more lucrative prize. Meanwhile, Jeff ties 2 girls to a tree and begins to assault one. However, the girl is clever. She pretends to comply, disarms him, and grabs his gun. She tries to shoot him, but the gun misfires, and Jeff captures her. Before he can kill her, her companion stabs Jeff with a knife. Jeff pushes her away, and in the ensuing struggle for the gun, a shot is fired. The scene cuts to the 2 people tied as bait, watching in horror. Bailing is holding the rope to their net, unaware that another large anaconda is behind him. It attacks and kills him. Jeff, enraged, tries to kill the girl, but she fights back, hitting him on the head with a large piece of wood, knocking him unconscious. She and her companion escape to their boat, taking the unconscious Jeff with them. The Crimson Anaconda, however, is badly wounded from the gunshot and dies before their eyes. Other people also die in the chaos.